John E. Brandenburg, Ph.D., is a theoretical plasma physicist and science worker in defense, energy, space, and astrophysics. In addition to his acclaimed Death on Mars, the discovery of a planetary nuclear massacre, he published the Gem Unification Theory, extending the Standard Model to include gravitation, which predicts gravity modification by electromagnetism for human spaceflight. Introduction. Close Encounters of the Eighth Kind. Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds. Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita, 5th century BCE. The publication of this book nearly coincides with the 100th anniversary of the most important conflict in the entire history of mankind, the first shots fired against other-world opponents. From its opening salvo, fired by early military aviation's preeminent warrior, to present-day peacekeeping operations in the Middle East, the undeclared, unreported, ongoing struggle is unknown to most, suspected by few, and familiar almost exclusively to those individuals engaged in it. It is, in effect, the silent war. Although both sides have suffered undetermined numbers of casualties, and combatants are involved from almost all armed forces on Earth, the objectives of their commanding officers are classified, and virtually nothing is disclosed about the enemy, whose own agendas are even more enigmatic. This most important conflict is not an armed confrontation among nations or peoples, but between earthly humans and unearthly non-humans, a true war of the worlds. That concept originated in the visionary brain of H.G. Wells, whose 1897 novel of that title is the earliest published story about a global struggle pitting humankind against beings from another planet. Wells depicted the aliens as more technologically advanced than the defenders of Western civilization, which was nearly lost in a seemingly inexorable conquest of our planet by outside forces, until a natural virus, harmless to humans, but to which the invaders lacked immunity, fortuitously wiped them out. While the tale's denouement is both satisfying and credible, Wells's characterization of alien military superiority has been borne out by the last 100 years of extraterrestrial confrontations. Exactly 50 years after the prescient book's first publication, unidentified flying objects, UFOs, became an international sensation when the American aviator Kenneth Arnold made the first widely reported observation of them. He reported seeing 9 large vehicles, quote, shaped like a pie plate, unquote, flying in tandem near Mount Rainier, Washington on June 24, 1947. Since then, a burgeoning number of UFO sightings and experiences from around the world have led to their classification into 7 major categories. Close encounters of the first kind, visual sightings of an unidentified flying object. Close encounters of the second kind, interference by a UFO in the functioning of an earthly vehicle or electronic device, or leaving behind other kinds of physical evidence. Close encounters of the third kind, a human in the presence of an extraterrestrial. Close encounters of the fourth kind, a human abducted by extraterrestrials. Close encounters of the fifth kind, direct communication between extraterrestrials and humans. Close encounters of the sixth kind, death of a human or animal associated with a UFO or extraterrestrial sighting. Close encounters of the seventh kind, creation of a human/alien hybrid being, either by direct sexual reproduction or by artificial scientific methods. This book embraces most of these categories, while adding another one, close encounters of the eighth kind, military confrontations between human combatants and extraterrestrials. This category is necessitated by the long history of armed encounters with off-world belligerents since 1970.